A non-governmental organization, the Federal Nigeria Society for the Blind Vocational Training Center, Oshodi, has conducted its first exhibition since the pandemic lockdown to display the students' artwork and also solicit for funds. The exhibition also aimed to motivate persons living with disabilities on their ability to achieve their goals despite the challenges they face. Our correspondent Sidney Okafor has more details in this next report.
Seated here are students of the Federal Nigerian Society for the Blind as well as stakeholders from different walks of life who have come together to support the institution. Since 1955, this voluntary non-profiting organization has been working to rehabilitate, educate, empower and create collaborative support system for the blind people. According to Ayokpeju Njideka, the chairman of the Board of Governors of the Vocational Training Center for the Blind, being impaired does not mean the end of one's life. Rather, there is life after disability.
Here our focus is on people who suffer blindness or visual impairment in adolescence or adulthood. So that's our focus. So these are people, in some cases, they're young people who are in secondary school. In other cases, they're professionals who, based on the hazard of their job or life, different things like glaucoma and all that, suffer blindness. So we bring them in here and rehabilitate.
If you are disabled, visually disabled or blind, you are still able to do what others can do.
Over 27 million Nigerians are living with some forms of disability according to the United States World Report on Disability. But for the students of the institution, having to deal with disability is a challenge but does not deter them from acquiring skills in music, art and craft, tie and dye and other expertise.
I think that every hope was lost. There's no alternative for me. I was even considering death because I count myself as if I'm no longer useful. But the time I get into the vocational training center, precisely here, Oshodi, of course, from here, as it is now presently now, I'm good to go.
Psychotherapeutic measures that have been applied, to help, empower them and restabilize them, that they can go back to the society, and rather than become dependent, they become independent.
Persons with disability face discrimination and barriers that restrict them from participating in society on an equal basis with others every day. The Executive Secretary of the Federal Nigerian Society for the Blind says society must work together, putting an end to all forms of discrimination against them.
So what we do here today is for the world to see what the blind can do. There's still a large level of discrimination and stereotype. Many see the visually impaired and think they are beggars, they think they are indigent, but that's not the narrative in the Vocational Training Center for the Blind. Anyone here today, whether blind or sighted, we are equals.
The students are trained in braille reading and writing, touch typing, telephone and dictaphone or audio typing and computer training, as well as extracurricular activity including home economics. Now it is 67th year of the existence. The Federal Nigerian Society for the Blind Vocational Training Center has graduated well over 3,000 blind men and women in its 2-year superbly guided training. Sidney Okafor, TV360 News, Lagos.